All right, guys, game of the week, Chicago versus Denver. This game is going to be a shit show. I'm sorry. This game is going to be so terrible. I can tell that a lot of NFL fans are not really going to pay attention to this game, given that we're both 0-3 teams. And, I'll go into the differences between our both 0-3 teams. But nonetheless, neither team is really good. Obviously, we saw the Denver Broncos give up 70 points last week to Miami. And even though Miami is, playing, Tua's playing MVP football right now, and the Dolphins are pretty much the best team, the hottest team in football as of right now, 70 points is absurd. There's no excuse for any NFL team, for any professional NFL team to give up 70 points. The Bears aren't good either, obviously. We all know that. This team is terrible. The season has gone by so horrid right now. And each week we are scoring less and less points too. I believe we scored 24 points in week 1. We scored 17 points week 2 and 10 points in week 3. I don't think we're going to score, less than that this week, given that it's a much worse defense. But nonetheless, guys, Russell Wilson is still playing better than Justin Fields. He's still passing for over 300 yards per game. And yes, he's not playing great, but I do believe that he's playing better than last season. I do believe that he's getting more comfortable in this system, in this team. And even though the defense is letting up an absurd amount of points, I don't think that our offense as of right now is going to give their bad defense any major issues. At least not, Miami type issues. We're not going to put up 70 points on Denver, guys. It's not going to happen. So don't think that just because they give up 70 points that we're all of a sudden going to put up 40 just because they're that bad. It's not going to happen, guys. Remember, they're going to look at the film. They're going to look at everything that went wrong, and they're going to try to fix things. I really do trust Sean Payton more than I trust Matt Eberflus. So I think in this game, the Broncos are going to try to pass the ball. They're going to pass the rock. And honestly, they could do either or. They could run the ball against us. They could pass the ball. Our defense has shown that we just can't stop anybody. Whether they run, whether they pass, we can't stop anybody. We have not shown to stop anybody. We let guys like Rachaad White from the Bucs run all over us, and I do believe Javonte Williams of the Denver Broncos is better than Rachaad White. We've let Baker Mayfield pass for over 300 yards and throw a couple touchdowns on our heads. I believe he passed for over 300 yards. Nonetheless, he still played very solid against us, and I do believe that Russell Wilson is better than Baker Mayfield. And I just think, guys, that they're going to be able to have their way with our defense. Not as much as Kansas City, because obviously they're not as good as Kansas City, but they will still have no problems driving down the field, just like pretty much every NFL team we've gone against. So in this game, you're really going to have to try to pick your poison. Do you want to stop the run? Do you want to stop the pass? If I'm Matt Eberflus, I opt to stop the run, because just like last year for the Bears, I'll give an example here. The Bears were able to score a lot of points because of the fact that Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears, the rest of the Bears running backs, more specifically Khalil Herbert and David Montgomery at the time, were able to run the ball efficiently. And even though our passing game was horrid, the fact that Justin Fields ran for over 1,100 yards and David Montgomery was a solid runner and Khalil Herbert led the league in yards per carry, we were still able to put up 30 points a game for like 4 games straight. And so if I'm the Denver Broncos, if I'm saying to myself, we're not a really good defense, we're not really good offense, we're not, elite, what do we do here? You got to establish the run. And so they're going to try to do that. They're going to try to run the ball with Javonte Williams. I say that we have to stop the run first. If we're going to try to sell out on either side because we can't stop both, or at least we haven't shown that we've stopped both, that we can stop both, I think you try to stop the run and then you try to focus on the passing. Don't know what the game plan is for that, because honestly, Matt Eberflus and the rest of the coaching staff seem to not know what the heck to do when it comes to defense, because we have let everybody walk all over us. We had let everybody score 20 plus on us, 25 plus on us. So I don't know, guys, about Matt Eberflus, what he's got dialed up for, Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson's just going to have a bad game, I hope so. I hope we come out with a W here. But if I'm the Bears, switching over to the Bears now, if I'm the Bears on offense, I want to establish the run also. And I know I sound like a broken record here because I'm going to say this every week for a game preview. You got to establish the run. You got to establish the run in any way you can. You know that the run game is our strong suit. We still have Justin Fields who can still run the ball. It's not like all of a sudden his legs don't work. He's still very fast and very athletic. Justin Fields can still run the ball, guys. I'm sure that he didn't just lose his rushing abilities in the offseason just because of whatever. So we got to dial up plays for him. Same thing with week 6 of last year, or whenever we played the Patriots. We got to find a way to open up rushing lanes for Justin Fields and for the rest of the running backs on our team. We have Roschon Johnson now. We got to stop pounding the ball with Khalil Herbert. I know that, he's getting less and less touches now. But honestly, in my opinion, Roschon Johnson should be RB1 on our team. He is just more talented. He can do more things. He's the jack of all trades, being able to pass protect, being able to catch the ball better than Khalil Herbert, and honestly, he's a better runner. I know that Khalil Herbert may be a more efficient runner, or at least his career stats have shown, but honestly, Roschon Johnson has just played better football than Khalil Herbert, and I honestly think he should be at that RB1 role. So we need to establish the run. We need to make sure that if we want the pass to work in any way, shape, and form, we know their defense is bad. They're almost as bad as us. And in terms of points per game, they're most definitely worse than us, especially since they give up 70 points. But we need to take advantage of the fact that they have a bad defense right now. If we want to win this game, we need to establish the run and use the run to set up the pass. They need to find a way against this terrible Broncos defense that's almost as bad as ours. They need to find a way to be able to run the ball effectively and at least pass efficiently. Maybe Justin Fields doesn't throw for 300 yards like the rest of other teams have been able to do against the Broncos. But you know what? Even a 200-yard game would be fine. If he's able to pass for 200 yards, or if he's able to rush for 150 and pass for 100, I don't care. If he's putting up points like he did last year, where he was just running, and putting up 35 points, doing it like that. I've said it before, guys. I don't care if Justin Fields runs for 500 yards and passes for 1 yard. If that's what it takes to win football games, I am all for it. Because at this point, we are just losing games. We are on trajectory for an 0-17 season. We are on trajectory to have the worst record of all time and probably the longest losing streak of all time too. I don't want to be part of that history, guys. I really don't. We're going against a bad Broncos team. This is the worst team that we faced, all season. Obviously the Bucs were better than the Broncos so far, but we can take advantage. If this is a game where Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy want to turn this thing around, turn this ship around, and set our eyes on a winning record or a winning team, we got to start with this game. Because I'm sorry, guys, if we don't beat this team, or if we don't at least show some sort of competitiveness, they could be gone the following Monday after this game. If we do not win, or we don't show at least a competent offense, at least a shootout, man, even if we lose 35-38, that's fine. Honestly, we can at least say that we can do something against a bad defense. Not like we're just absolutely terrible. But if we're bad against the Broncos, who are probably the second worst defense behind us, I don't know what to say, guys. I think that will just put the nail in the coffin for real on our season. I really feel that. Guys, I don't really think we're going to get into a shootout in this game. I really don't. I'd be very surprised if that happens. But in terms of my score prediction, I'm going to say that the Broncos win this one 17-13. So the Bears losing 13-17. And I know I'm a bit of a downer. I know this is more of just like I feel like a broken record right now, just saying more and more negativity about the Bears. But right now, there isn't anything to go positive on. We're just, every time we have hope about a game or about something about our team, they just seemingly always disappoint us. And I want that to change. I want that to change so badly. I hope that this following Sunday after the game, I can come back and make a video and saying, well, I was wrong. The Bears actually do have a decent, offense. I know we're going against a bad defense, but at least we did something finally. Hopefully I say that. Hopefully I'd say that. If not, I really feel that jobs are on the line here for specifically Luke Getsy and Matt Eberflus. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think we're gonna get into a shootout with the Broncos? Do you guys think we're gonna beat the Broncos? Give me some score predictions down below. I'd like to see that too. And I'm out.